All right, Yankees fans, here we go. The regular season is in the books, and the Bronx Bombers are heading into October baseball with plenty of storylines following them. After 162 games, a year that felt like a roller coaster with injuries, ups and downs, and streaks that made you believe this team could do something special, we finally know the path that awaits them. The New York Yankees fought all year long in the American League East, and for a good stretch, they sat on top of the division, giving hope that they would secure the crown. But then came those tough losses, the injury scare with Aaron Judge that had the whole fan base holding its breath and fearing something as serious as Tommy John surgery, and other hurdles that shook the confidence of the roster. In the end, despite a strong push, it was the Toronto Blue Jays who took the division, sealing it in dominant fashion behind a career night from Alejandro Kirk against the Tampa Bay Rays. That result meant the Yankees, no matter how hot they finished, were destined for the wild card. And hot is exactly what they were. The team strung together 8 straight wins to close out the regular season, one of the longest season-ending winning streaks in franchise history. For perspective, only in 1979 and 1960 had the Yankees wrapped up the schedule with streaks of at least that length. In 1960, they actually rattled off 15 in a row, though that run still ended with heartbreak as the Pittsburgh Pirates stunned them in 7 games. In 1979, it was again the Pirates who ended Yankee dreams, that time defeating the Orioles in the Fall Classic. So an impressive finish does not guarantee rings, but what it does guarantee is momentum, and this group has it. The road ahead, though, is as challenging as it gets. Their first obstacle will be none other than the Boston Red Sox in the wild card round. You know the story here. The fiercest rivalry in baseball, 2 historic franchises, and every time they meet in October, fireworks are guaranteed. The Yankees did not fare particularly well against Boston during the regular season, finishing with 4 wins and 9 losses in their head-to-head meetings. The offensive numbers in those games were underwhelming, with a batting average barely above .220, an on-base percentage south of .300, and an OPS in the 690s. That's not the kind of production you want heading into a short series, but October is about resets. The Yankees will need to put those numbers behind them because in a best of 3, anything can happen. The good news is that the bats have woken up. Giancarlo Stanton looks like he has rediscovered his power. Judge remains the steady superstar, and Cody Bellinger has been a spark with both the bat and the glove. The pitching staff has also clicked at the right time. Max Fried, in his first season with the Yankees, delivered an outstanding campaign with an ERA under 3 and nearly 200 strikeouts, giving them the kind of ace you need to survive October. He's expected to get the ball in Game 1, and waiting on the other side will likely be Garrett Crochet, who has been nothing short of phenomenal for Boston. Crochet has the strikeout stuff, the ERA, and the command to be a nightmare in a short series, but one game is one game, and Fried has the stuff to match him pitch for pitch. Game 2 should bring Carlos Rodon to the mound. After a rocky start to his Yankees tenure, this season he looked every bit like the star pitcher they thought they were getting, piling up over 200 strikeouts and showing the durability needed for October. He'll probably face Brian Bello, Boston's second-best arm, a talented young pitcher, but one who allows more traffic on the bases than Rodon. That's a matchup that tilts slightly in New York's favor. And if it comes to a decisive Game 3, Luis Gil is the likely candidate to take the mound. Gil has not pitched a ton of innings this year, but he's been effective, keeping the ball in the park and showing composure beyond his years. He would likely oppose Lucas Giolito, a veteran who has playoff experience but can be vulnerable to the long ball. Beyond the pitching matchups, the Yankees lineup card will be fascinating. Some spots are locked in. Judge in right, Stanton as the designated hitter, Bellinger in left, Trent Grisham patrolling center, and Ben Rice behind the plate after the outstanding way he finished the season. That leaves questions on the infield. Does Paul Goldschmidt play every day at first base, or will they platoon him, depending on the opposing pitcher? Jazz Chisholm is set at second. McMahon will likely man third, but shortstop remains up in the air between Anthony Volpe and Jose Caballero. Aaron Boone will have to decide whether to prioritize the glove, the bat, or lean on matchups. Depth is a luxury, but in the playoffs, it often comes down to who gets hot and who can rise to the moment when the lights are brightest. What really fuels optimism for Yankees fans is the fact that this roster has proven playoff performers. Judge may not have had the smoothest postseason track record, but when you hit for the highest batting average in Major League Baseball while also showing unmatched power, you're a threat every single at-bat. Stanton has repeatedly shown he can turn into a monster when October arrives, launching towering home runs in critical moments. Bellinger has been part of championship runs before and knows what it takes to deliver under pressure. Add in a bullpen that is tightened up at the right time, and you have the recipe for a team that can make a deep run. The rivalry with Boston will provide the first test, but if the Yankees advance, they'll have to go through Toronto in the division series, a team that just dethroned them in the East and has its own stars playing with confidence. Beyond that, the American League Championship Series could bring matchups with clubs like the Mariners, Tigers, or Guardians, each presenting different challenges. Nothing about this year's path resembles a cakewalk, and that's what makes it so intriguing. As the postseason looms, the pressure ramps up for every player on the Yankees roster, and every decision by Aaron Boone takes on a magnified significance. The matchups in the wild card series against the Red Sox are fascinating not just because of the rivalry, but because of the chess match unfolding between two talented lineups and pitching staffs. One misstep can turn momentum in a heartbeat, and the Yankees know they have to be precise, aggressive, and ready to seize every opportunity. Max Fried will start Game 1, bringing his dominant strikeout ability and consistent command, and the team will rely on him to set the tone. Opposing him, Garrett Crochet is a challenge of the highest order, a pitcher capable of shutting down hitters with electric stuff. It's a true battle of aces, and the winner could very well set the stage for the rest of the series. Behind Fried, the Yankees' rotation depth is impressive. Carlos Rodon in Game 2 offers another formidable arm, someone who can pitch deep into games and keep the team in control. He brings experience, strikeout ability, and a durability that the Yankees desperately need in the high-stakes environment of October. If the series extends to a decisive Game 3, Luis Gil is poised to take the mound. Gil's performance this season has been quietly effective, with precise command and the ability to limit damage even when the bases are crowded. Opposing him, Lucas Giolito will be looking to capitalize on the short series format, but the Yankees are equipped with enough firepower to make him work for every out. Offensively, the Yankees are built to strike fear into any pitching staff. Aaron Judge remains the centerpiece, combining size, strength, and an ability to deliver in critical moments. His presence in the lineup forces pitchers to constantly navigate around him, opening opportunities for the rest of the team. Giancarlo Stanton adds power and experience, especially in postseason pressure situations. Cody Bellinger provides both consistency and defensive excellence, giving the Yankees a multidimensional threat in the field and at the plate. Ben Rice has solidified his role behind the plate, his strong finish to the season giving the pitching staff confidence and providing a stabilizing presence in crucial moments. Trent Grisham in center field and the versatility of players like Austin Wells, Jose Caballero, and Anthony Volpe offer Boone flexibility to match lineups against pitchers and maximize the team's strengths. The infield decisions are among the most intriguing elements of the Yankees' postseason strategy. Paul Goldschmidt's role at first base will likely shift depending on matchups, and shortstop is a position of fluidity between Volpe and Caballero. McMahon's presence at third base is mostly guaranteed, but the team may make adjustments based on left-handed or right-handed pitching. Jazz Chisholm at second base offers speed, defense, and the ability to make game-changing plays, while the depth allows Boone to maneuver lineups in response to how the series unfolds. Playoff baseball is a game of inches, and the ability to make precise adjustments in real time often determines the difference between advancing and going home. Historically, the Yankees have thrived under pressure, and that experience counts for something in these tight postseason series. Aaron Judge may have had some struggles in the past, but his season-long excellence has proven that he can dominate any pitcher he faces. Giancarlo Stanton has repeatedly shown the ability to hit big home runs when it matters most, and Bellinger knows what it takes to contribute in the moments that define championships. Combine that with strong pitching, timely hitting, and a bullpen that has found its rhythm, and the Yankees are positioned to compete at the highest level. The wild card series against Boston will be a proving ground, but the road doesn't get easier after that. The ALDS against Toronto will require the team to contend with one of the most dangerous lineups in the league, a team that has already proven capable of dismantling the Yankees in key moments. Beyond that, the ALCS could feature a matchup with the Mariners, Tigers, or Guardians, each team offering unique challenges in pitching, power, and speed. Every round presents a different test, and the Yankees will have to navigate each with focus, precision, and resilience. What's most exciting, however, is that this Yankees team enters the postseason on a high note. The last 8 games of the regular season demonstrated what they're capable of when the lineup is clicking, the pitching is sharp, and confidence is high. Momentum matters in October, and the Yankees have it in spades. Players are healthy, the rotation is set, and the lineup is filled with proven performers. While the margin for error is razor thin, the potential for greatness is equally high. Every at-bat, every pitch, and every defensive play could tip the balance in a 3-game series. The Yankees know this, the fans know this, and the intensity of the rivalry with Boston only adds fuel to the fire. In the end, it's about execution. Pitchers have to throw strikes, hitters have to be patient and aggressive at the right moments, and the defense must be flawless when it matters most. Boone's decisions on rotations, lineups, and matchups could be the difference between moving on or falling short. But one thing is certain, the talent is there, the firepower is there, and the experience, both from recent seasons and from players who have been in October before, gives the Yankees a real shot at making a run deep into the postseason. Fans should be prepared for drama, excitement, and moments that will define this team's legacy for years to come. Because if the Yankees play to their potential, there is no limit to what they can accomplish. The stage is set, the spotlight is on, and the Bronx Bombers are ready to write the next chapter in their storied postseason history. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the baseball world, whispers have turned into frenzied chatter as Ronald Acuna Jr., one of the sport's brightest stars, reportedly chooses the New York Yankees as his next home. Sources close to the player suggest that the decision was influenced not only by the team's storied history, but also by the magnetic pull of the Yankees' massive platform in New York. While no official announcement has been made, insiders say that Acuna's presence in the Bronx could dramatically reshape the landscape of the American League East. The mere prospect of Acuna patrolling the outfield at Yankee Stadium has ignited speculation among fans and analysts alike. Could this be the spark that finally tips the AL East back into the Yankees' favor after years of fierce competition from the Rays, Blue Jays, and Red Sox? The consensus among league watchers is that the addition of a player of Acuna's caliber, boasting a rare combination of power, speed, and defensive prowess, could make the Yankees instantly more dangerous, not just in the regular season, but deep into October. Talks surrounding Acuna's contract are said to be intense, with industry insiders hinting at a blockbuster deal that could rival some of the sport's most lucrative agreements. The rumor mill is buzzing with potential figures and clauses, each more eye-catching than the last, feeding a growing frenzy on social media and in sports bars from the Bronx to Tampa. Meanwhile, rival teams in the division are reportedly bracing for the seismic shift this acquisition would cause. For Acuna, the move represents more than just a change of uniform. It's a chance to cement his legacy on one of baseball's grandest stages, to play under the bright lights where legends are born, and perhaps most importantly, to elevate his game in a city that thrives on expectation and intensity. Yankees fans are already dreaming of highlight reels filled with Acuna's trademark home runs and acrobatic catches, imagining the roar of the crowd every time he steps to the plate. While nothing is finalized, the mere suggestion of Acuna joining New York has become the talk of the league, a tantalizing rumor that refuses to fade. Whether it's true or just a whisper that's grown louder with each retweet, one thing is certain. If Ronald Acuna Jr. does indeed take his talents to the Bronx, the American League East will never be the same again. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.